You've seen cows before? Well, this story is about the cow on the tracks. Everything seemed normal in the barnyard on this sunny fall day. Cow sighed dreamily as she chewed on a weed from the field. The farmer was enjoying the day as he worked hard at mending the fence that surrounded the farm. It was a great day to be outside. The farmer was very happy. The farmer knew that some of the animals loved to wander around, and sometimes they got lost. Cow especially loved to wander. The farmer told Cow, "Now be very careful." The farmer lovingly told Cow that it was very important to stay near the farm. And whatever you do, don't go near the railroad tracks or over the hill. As the farmer walked away, Cow stepped outside the big gap in the fence, and she looked across the field towards the hill in the distance. How wonderful it would be to explore that hill. Still, she remembered what the farmer had said about staying on the farm. As she stood there thinking, Cow was startled by a voice behind her. "Hello there, friend," said the voice. Cow turned around to see a little red fox standing in the grass. "Oh, hello, Mr. Fox," Cow answered. "Would you like to go explore the countryside with me?" asked the fox. "It'll be great fun." "How about it, Cow?" The fox was still talking when Cow politely answered, "The farmer said to stay near the farm and to keep completely away from the train tracks over there." And the little fox began laughing and said, "Oh, come on, the tracks are great." The fox was now jumping up and down with excitement. It looks like fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No? The fox hopped up onto the cow's back and continued, "There's nothing that can hurt you on those tracks. I've been there many times myself. Come on, you'll see." Cow was very curious. The little fox might be right. At least it wouldn't hurt to walk along with this new friend. So she went with the fox to the top of the hill and looked down at the tracks below. "Come on," said Fox. "Let's get closer to the tracks." Cow went a little bit closer. She seemed safe. Everything was quiet. The farmer must be wrong. Nothing bad could happen there. Here's Fox. "You see," said the fox, who was now jumping up and down on the track. "It's all right. That old farmer just didn't want you to have any fun." Soon Cow found herself standing right on the tracks. Cow really began to enjoy her new surroundings as she walked along the tracks. She walked further and further away from the farm, and soon she forgot the farmer's words of warning. Suddenly, Fox's ears stood straight up. Cow watched as Fox immediately stopped walking and talking. He turned his head sharply to the side. "What is it?" asked Cow. Cow continued watching as the fox quickly ran off the tracks, disappeared into the trees. Now, where did that little fox go in such a hurry, she wondered. Suddenly, Cow heard a noise she had never heard before. It was loud and getting louder. Cow turned her head and saw what had scared off the fox. A train was coming. Cow did not know what to do. She began to walk quickly as she could, but it seemed as though she couldn't walk quickly enough. The train was moving very fast and getting very close. Cow started to run, and her heart was beating very hard, and still she couldn't outrun the train. Then, as the train came even closer, Cow covered her head, closed her eyes, and held her breath, waiting. And just then, whoosh! The cow felt two very strong hands push her off the train tracks to safety. Cow lay on the ground by the tracks, watching as the train roared by. Cow was very afraid. She couldn't see anyone there. Who had saved her? And where did he go? As the train continued to roll past the cow, could only think about the one who had saved her. Where was he? Had he given his life for her? Cow felt very sad. If only she had listened to the farmer and what he had said about those tracks. Cow was very sorry she hadn't listened, and now she understood why the farmer didn't want her to go so far away and near the dangerous tracks. Soon the train passed and the dust settled. Cow could see the farmer on the other side of the tracks. It was the farmer who had saved her, and he was all right. The farmer put his hand on the cow's head and said, "I almost lost you, you silly cow. If you would just trust me, you would always be safe. Now let's go on home." Cow realized that the farmer could see things that she could not understand. And Cow remembered that trusting God is just like what she learned that day. God knows what's best and will keep us safe if we only trust him. As Cow made it back to the farm, she thought about how much the farmer really cared about her. Cow had learned a very important lesson that day about trust, and she was very glad to be home where she was safe. Cow never again went to the railroad tracks, but every time she heard the train whistle off in the distance, it reminded her that God will keep her safe as long as she trusts him. Can you say a prayer with me? Dear God, thank you for the people in my life that love me and teach me about you. Help me to learn to follow and trust you always. Amen.